And let me follow this up by the following before you accuse me of being a typical ivory tower academic. I came from a background in which nobody had an academic background. My parents had little more than primary school. I was based in Portsmouth for approximately 15 years. Portsmouth is known as a very rough town. There have been protests there, but there hasn't been any rioting yet, and I'm very pleased to see that. Portsmouth can be very violent and very dangerous. I have often been forced to stand up for myself and for others there. Portsmouth is like a guerrilla war zone most of the time. It's exhausting. It's really exhausting to be living there, except when you're living in one of the fancier parts of town. Young people will climb onto roofs and pester tenants. They will go onto patios and pester tenants. You cannot show any fear, you cannot show any anger. You have to stand up, make yourself tall, and treat them as if you're a parent and they are little kids. I have stopped two people who were high on meth from pulling somebody out of his car in busy traffic, rush hour traffic in Portsmouth. I was feeling really crappy that day, and I knew I couldn't fight back, I couldn't run away, I couldn't do anything. But when I saw them go after a driver who they had been hassling before, I yelled at them and I said, "Don't be ridiculous." That's what I yelled. And then one of them turned around and started facing me, which just distracted the other one. But they didn't attack me. They stood talking in front of me, 10 centimeters in front of me, angry, shouting and stuff. But they didn't attack me. You have to stand up to them and not show fear. These people happen to be high on meth. This sort of shit goes down in Portsmouth all the time, but there hasn't been any rioting now. Why? Well, I suspect that it's because there hasn't been a massive police presence there. I don't know for sure, of course, but I'm very pleased to see that, because if there is any place that is really violent often, then it's Portsmouth. Again, living there is like living in a bloody war zone. It's so exhausting. It's exhausting. You have to plan your supermarket trips very often. Do I want to get hassled or not? That's what you sometimes have to think about. I'm not always willing to put up a fight again. I'm not always willing to stand up for myself and defend myself against yobs again. But that's the sort of attitude that you need to have with what's going on in England, the UK right now. Keir Starmer, I've been in a live meeting with him that was just 3 people or so, and him and a lot of people watching. I am not an admirer of his. I am not an admirer of any of the politicians, frankly, except some of the Greens. I don't think that his war tone is the solution for this. Yes, you need to be firm. Yes, you need to be tough. Yes, you need to be authoritative. But I don't think that making these people even feel like outcasts more is going to solve this. I saw that in Portsmouth. So many people are stuck in deep poverty there, and they're not heard. Nobody listens to them because they don't vote. They have absolutely no way out. It's the running joke, basically, that you move to Portsmouth and you get stuck in deep poverty. That may go for many of those rioters too. I don't know them. But I think it's wrong to make them feel like outcasts. I really do. Be firm, stand up, be authoritative, but don't be afraid and don't be angry. Make them feel like they have to behave, but also make them feel like this is their home too, because it's these stupid politicians, other politicians. But then Keir Starmer has done it too. The MP for Clacton is now going on about how this is like Black Lives Matter protests. And Keir Starmer said that Black Lives Matter was an American situation, it had nothing to do with the UK. Yeah, right. That's what all the white people in the UK were saying, except the black people, of course, because the black people aren't white. I can go on about this for hours. I won't.